Did you have friends in high school? Did you have a lot of friends?
I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. I had a lot of girls that I was friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a lot of, a lot of girls. But again, through therapy, I've learned that was a lot of my mama issues. A lot of mama issues.
You wanted comfort. You wanted from a female.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yes.
And the more, the better.
I work, unfortunately, I work better with females. I love...
To this day?
To this day. I love female leadership. I love female leaders. There's something very comforting about the ideation, the execution of how women maneuver in business and in spaces, is because I think that there's a level of intentionality that they bring to the equation. And I just believe them to be more pragmatic.
Right.
And so I'm such a fan of women and women leadership.
High school, what was high school like? Were you a good student?
Girls.
Well, I don't know if anybody go to school for girls. I mean, you did. What were the grades like?
My grades were bad, except for music, drama, and band. I failed my freshman year. I went to summer school that summer and found out how many girls were at summer school.
Man, there you go, Kirk, man.
And I failed summer school. Because of them girls.
Hold on. You failed your freshman year.
And then failed summer school. Because girls. Oh, I was girl crazy. Girls.
Okay, so...
And I would fall in love quick. Ooh, I fall in love so quick. So
you call that love or heat?
Well, it was a blend. But I was the kind of guy that loved the idea of love.
Oh, well, I'm gonna blend some of this water with some of the cognac. This story you tell.
What does that do? The water and the cognac?
It opens it up.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Now, is cognac what you use in hot toddies?
Yeah.
Okay. As I've had a good Gertrude could make a hot toddy.
Yeah, get you right too.
Boy, whatever situation you had, boy, you wake up a new little boy.
Well, it seemed like me using more like hot Tanya than hot toddy. I just didn't know.
Shout out to Tanya Hall. She was my second grade crush. Tanya Hall was my second grade crush. Shout out to Tanya Hall.
Man. You were a young father. Mm-hmm. You got a young lady pregnant at the age of 17.
Yeah.
How did that change your life?
Very embarrassing. I was very, very embarrassing because, again, raised in church. Mm-hmm. I was embarrassed for the shame that I brought upon her life. Mm-hmm. I was shamed because I was always reminded of my wrong. Mm-hmm. Because then, these things you couldn't hide because the church was such a framework of the community.
Correct.
So whatever happened in the church, everybody knew. Yeah. And so it was very difficult. Gertrude kicked me out. I had to go sleep on some couches because Gertrude's old school. If you're not gonna marry that girl, you're not gonna marry that girl, you gotta get out of here because you're grown now.
You couldn't shack up.
And you couldn't shack up. So I was living in my car, sleeping on people's couches, just living everywhere.
Right.
I had a trash bag full of clothes that I would keep in the back of the church. So I would go to church on Sunday mornings, wash up in the men's restroom, and put on something from that bag to play because that was my job. I played at church, and then I put my clothes back in that trash bag.
Did your son live with you, or did he live with his mom?
He lived with me some. He lived with her. He lived with his grandparents sometimes because she lived with her parents for a minute. But there was never a time that I wasn't in his life. I was constantly in his life. I was there. I didn't have nothing, but I was there.
Was it because you wanted to be what you never had in a father?
That's it. That is it, no doubt. And then he was cute. He was just cute as hell. He was a beautiful little baby, and it was funny. And so, I just never wanted him to feel what I felt. Never wanted him to experience that.
I mean, you are like 34. You got a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
He's like. And people are like, hey, Kirk, that's your brother? He's like, nah, that's my son.
And I'm telling you, he was the homie. I'll never forget when my first album came out. I was 25 years old, and I was I was 23, but around about 25, I was at an event signing autographs.
Right.
Look down, he's signing girls' autographs. That's the homie. And he's so smart, man. Carry On is brilliant.
Right.
Carry-on is brilliant, and I love him. I deeply love him.
We talked about the social media. How different do you think your life or our lives would be as a whole if there was no social media?
I think that it's the dichotomy of social media. I think that it's the yin and the yang, because it has done also a lot of good. It has brought a high level of connectivity, but at the same time, the exposure to judging and the opinions that are freely given by those that don't have any knowledge at times of the level of commentary that they try to commit to or to contribute to has also made it very problematic for individuals. There's a lot of shaming. That happens on different platforms, and so I think that it's almost, if I can be honest, I think that even the conversation is sometimes a mute conversation because it ain't going nowhere.
Right.
We just have to try to be intentional about how we monitor our own souls and our own mental health in these spaces, because the space is just going to continue to grow, and the voices and the opinions of others are just going to continue to grow as well.
You're a very public man. And even as a public figure myself, I try to live a private life. And a lot of times, things that we go through via family gets played out in public.
Yeah.
We see T.I. and his son have a little situation, and seemingly they worked it out. I think a couple of years ago you had an issue with your son.
Yes.
Does it make you wish sometimes that, damn, man, I wish I was a private citizen?
All day, every day. All day, every day. It's even changed how I even post on social media. Like, I used to post my family a lot, but over the last year or so, I've even kind of struggled with that more. And it's been hard because, I could see how people would attack my kids.
Yeah.
They would say cruel things, or even also living up to the expectation. Like, one thing that I started to hate, if I give it a buck, is I hate this whole couple goals. When people see you with your spouse, whatever, and you become goals.
Right.
It's like, I'm not a couple. Everybody's goal should be, we should be trying to be like him instead of trying to be like each other, because we're going to let you down. Kirk going to let you down. I'm trying to point you to, and then also, how can I be a couple goal for you when all you are seeing is the post?
Right.
You're not seeing the life.
Right.
You judging what you want on the post.
People seem to think public means perfect.
Yes.
And that's what social media has warped a lot of people's mind, because they see people getting on a private jet, even though they might have rented that.
They might have rented that just for that shot.
Just for that shot. Or they rented the cars.
Yes.
And so now they've associated public with perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Kirk's married. You don't know the private hell
nothing.
that Kirk and his wife goes through in order to just get to the next day.
Or even the hell that Kirk takes his wife through.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or the hell that Kirk takes his kid through, because I'm not going to sit up here and ever say to anyone that I am this dude that loved Jesus, that's got it all together. Brother, I am a patient in the hospital. Every day I'm in my hospital bed trying to see the doctor. And I think historically Christians have always postured themselves as, we've got the answer, like we're the doctors, Brother Shannon, you need prayer, and we're here to help you, brother.
Right.
Whatever we can do for you. And it's like, first of all, why we be whispering when we talk to people? Have you ever noticed that? Why Christians whisper?
Yeah. Because you don't want nobody else to hear that.
Yeah. And that's my point, though. That's my point. Bro, you're not no doctor.
Right.
You in a hospital bed next to me. And I think that's why so many people have been turned off. So I want people to know, bro, I'm in the bed next to you, telling you what the doctor did for me.
Right.
And if he did it for me, he can do it for you.
Right.